talk.
Hey folks, welcome back to Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Uncle Charlie's in the house. Would nots, well, see, you're here early and we're a little late, so. Man, it's good to be back in the studio. Yes, here we are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So much stuff going on. Holy cow, guys. There's so much going on. Misery Prepper, we all gonna die Tuesday. Yeah, we're gonna roll both of them into one tonight.
Possibly,
Yeah, things are looking, well, they're looking up on the SHTF scale, I'd say. I don't know what you guys think, but things are definitely heating up around the world. So, yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting. Livingston, man, you got some awesome graphics for these folks?
I do.
Oh, fantastic.
Be right back.
See you in a minute. Welcome back. The Livingston man has broken the picture. It's coming back. We're gonna get there. There, see?
Told you.
Man.
Nothing to worry about.
Thought I came off the rails there, guys. Sorry about that. Angus McGill, hello. Carbon Q in the house. Hunter and Virginia Bushcrafter, Misery Prepper, Troy, Terry Johnson in the house, Wood Knots, what's happening? CC Farms, what up? What's everybody working on for Preparedness Month? I've been focused on medical and long-distance deployment rucksack. Hey, those are two valuable things that are good to work on for Preparedness Month. Me personally, I am actually gathering a ton of gear right now for the Prepper Yard Sale, man. October 15th and 16th.
Prepper Yard Sale.
Prepper Yard Sale. It's going down October.
Tell your friends. Prepper Yard Sale.
And 16th.
Where to get that?
In Ancramdale, New York, at the Hornet's Nest Paintball and Airsoft. If you guys check the description section of this video, you will find a link to the Facebook group. The Facebook group will take you to the Facebook event page for the Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival Prepper Yard Sale. That's going down October, when? 15th and 16th. That's right. It's going down. Generators. That's a good thing to work on for Preparedness Month. Some big news, man. We got like a giant hurricane about to smash into Florida, right?
Yeah, they're going to catch one.
Those guys
Looks
are...
like they're going to catch it.
Yeah, they're going to get it. That's for sure. A lot of wind, a lot of rain, maybe some tornadoes, water spouts, things like that. I really hope that they make out okay down there. I hate to see that place turn into a disaster area. There's a lot of people in the path of that storm right now. So, Godspeed, folks. Be smart and be safe, especially if you're in the path of that.
Now, your typical Floridians they laugh at these kind of things. Now, I mean, it's category 3. I mean, they're probably like, okay, it's like us crying about a snowstorm. You're like, where are you from, boy? Huh?
Yeah,
exactly.
We
do this all the time, man.
Yeah, it's a cat 3. That just means you got to make one really big trip to the store for the beer run, right? That's it.
All right, Armageddon Preparedness. I can think of, if you're really looking for a true surplus store, one that I can name off the top of my head is Mohawk Army Navy. That's up in, I think it's Latham.
Well, yeah, they've got them in like East Greenbush and Latham, Schenectady. There's a couple of them up there. They are fantastic. Actually, my buddy Kev went up to one the other day and bought himself a military sleep system. So he's pretty stoked about that. And he actually got the extra large one.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, he got the extra large.
This sort of brick and mortar, like your classic Army Navy store, it's a little rare, hard to find. And when you do, it's small, but they got what you want. But it's just a little place. It always is. Like,
Amanda,
I was thinking about...
Amanda is finishing on working up harvesting preparations for the season and getting gardens put away for the winter. That's right. It's what you got to do, guys. 'Tis the season. Fall comes fast.
I was thinking about this whole prepper mentality. And like, in some cases, like people get looked at funny, like, oh, you're a prepper. Like people think you're some fucking weird, like troglodyte. You live underground in your hole and like you come out with your gun and like do stuff. But I think what everybody should do, and an easy place to start. Maybe it's your first time here, and hello, thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
So, what the Livingston Man proposes is like I'm gonna do this then. Fuck it. The Livingston Man kit.
Okay. All right.
It is. You would simply scale this up or times everything by how many people you have. But
Okay.
I'm start with one.
All right.
Well, you're one person. You're one person. I want you to get a big old tote like you get at Walmart. The best kind you can get. Okay, but like get a good durable like tote.
Okay.
Big one.
Yeah.
As big as is practical for the space that you want to put it in. All right. What you got to do is just get a hold of 2 weeks of stuff.
Yeah. And pack that too.
2 weeks. Keep it in your house. It doesn't have to become this lifestyle. You don't have to start wearing some fucking name tag and badge and be some prepper. But I think that every person should have a 2-week supply of survival stuff.
Oh, yeah.
In your house. Because it's not always the apocalypse. It's not always the end times. It's not always the CIA and the government and J-Claw and them motherfuckers coming. It's Hurricane Ian.
It's Hurricane Ian.
It's the vicious snowstorm. It's the power outage.
Blizzards,
it's the bullshit.
The ice storms. That's what we worry about the most up here.
Where we live, that was the worst thing that ever happened.
Oh, they get terrible.
I'll check my privilege against anybody that lived through a tornado and an earthquake and every other fucking thing, but that ice storm, that was terrible. We had never had anything like that in my life. Yep. And it ruined everything for like 2 weeks where people were boiling water on propane top hats and melting ice because there was plenty of that.
Yeah, no water.
But no water. The electric was all gone. Everything was smashed. And get a hold of 2 weeks worth of stuff. And I'm certain there's websites you can go to.
Oh, yeah, absolutely,
where you can just literally buy the box I'm talking about. But get one. If you don't have one, never mind your own kit. Yeah. Shit you already got, just get another
additional. I mean, worst case scenario, guys, you already have this stuff and you build yourself the Livingston Man kit and one of your neighbors shows up and they're like, bro, what's going on? I have no idea what's going on. I don't have anything. What do I do? And you can go, here's a start. Good luck, man. Build off of that. Look at what's in there, pay attention to it, and build from that. Native Voice, what's happening? Yeah, you better have coffee in that kit. That's word up right there. If you ain't got coffee, we ain't even talking in the mornings.
Well, I mean, if you self-analyze your own like routines, you can figure out like what would get me through like 2 weeks. Like, what do I need for that? And probably not all that much. Like, get some coffee,
dry goods,
carton of fucking cigarettes, food. Make sure you got like a bunch of gallons of water on hand in a cool, dark place.
Absolutely, you got to store it, man. You got to store it. Because I don't store much water, Livingston Man. I plan on pulling from the well, regardless of what happens, whether that be with a hand pump or improvised well bucket or improvised power to my well pump. One way or the other, water's coming out of my well into my house. So
strangely enough, though, they have an easier ability to turn it off. Is people in like say like New York City, especially the entire aquifer for New York City is not aquifer, aqueduct.
Yep,
it's gravity fed. Nothing can stop it. It's gravity fed. It comes from up here in the Catskills. We're high and down flow, so nothing can stop the flow of water. Here, though, we rely on electric well pumps to draw the water up out of the ground and pressurize it into our system. So without electricity, again, your water will run until that pressure, and then you have nothing.
Yeah. Native, my well is 265 feet deep but I hit water at 25 feet. So well bucket's not too bad going down 25 feet. And you can make them out of 4-inch PVC. Check it out on YouTube here. Maybe one day we'll have to take to the garage, Livingston, man, and build one of these things. A well bucket. They're cylindrical, real long, and they can be tricky to make. So there's some tips and tricks, and check YouTube, man, for a well bucket. I'm sure there's 1,000 videos out there already. So they are very, very cool. Let's see. CC Farms has got his well pump set up on 120 volt with an outlet plug for the generator. Hand pump for it too. Fantastic. Yeah, Native, we got a decent water column here. The thing that really gets us up here is all the minerals in the water. I know the further south you go, it seems that everybody's got that soft water where you get the soap on your hands and you like can't wash it off.
It's all that limestone it washes through. Like that's what Jack Daniel's whiskey is so good because that's where they get the water from.
Ah, see, fantastic.
Up here, there's nothing but iron and like junk in the water.
Oh yeah,
sulfur,
calcium and all kinds of minerals in the water, and that tends to mess up the plumbing from time to time. You get corrosion on things, so. Something to keep your eyes on, guys. Something to keep your eyes on. But thank you all so much for joining us tonight. It's so awesome to be back in the studio here with the Livingston Man on a regularly scheduled live stream. Yes.
Fantastic. It was a minute.
Hey, smash that like button for me, guys. If you're here, beat the algorithms back. Smash that like button for us. Share this. I mean, that would be really cool. Then we can bring more people in and have more fun in the chat, guys. Sandhills. The Sandhills got that soft water down there.
Good and filtered, Mike.
Boat and Fisher Dude, what's happening, my brother? How are you? Always have multiple cases of bottled water. Have a pool or the lake for flush water. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Must have a ham radio for emergency comms. Great Lakes Reliance. Those little Baofangs, they're like 20 or 30 bucks, little tiny, looks like a little walkie-talkie. Everybody, you can't use it without a license. If it's an emergency, yes, you can. You just turn that thing on, you scream for help. Yeah, cool. Please, at that point when I'm using it like that, I'm in an emergency, I need help. Please, yes, please send the cops. Please send somebody.
They'll come out.
Yeah, they'll come out to beat you up because you used your ham radio without a license.
Come right out for that.
But yeah, man, absolutely, you should absolutely have alternate comms, a CB, even if it's, within a general area.
Some of these GMRS and FRS
they reach pretty far, man.
They claim that they can get out to almost, like they say, 36 miles. They mean like over water or like some shit.
Yeah, they're all based off of line of sight. So, with the curvature of the Earth, because it's not flat, with the curvature of the Earth, it's about 6 miles that they can reach before the horizon interferes.
I got a question because I heard that with those FRS radios, because some of them have power settings.
Yeah.
That if you have like real super hilly terrain, set it to low power and the frequencies tend to hug the ground.
Correct. Now there's something like that too with the VHF and UHF. Boating Fisher Dude, if you've got questions about ham radios, Boating Fisher Dude is my go-to guy. Knows his stuff. He's been to the events. He literally came out and established communications with us first thing in the morning with somebody in North Carolina. And hey, if I'm asking questions, that's what's going on. Always loyal. What's happening? How are you? Yeah, alternate comms, big time, guys. Any kind of radio, right, Livingston, man? Any kind of radio.
The phone ain't gonna work. The easiest thing for whoever to do is make it so the damn cell phones don't work and
watch everybody lose their shit, right? I mean,
because it's all fun and games to like, I'm just gonna text the homie, and no, you're not.
No, sorry, not going through. I hate talking on the radio. Where are you at? It's the truth. It's the truth. And Great Lakes says, yes, UHF, VHF is line of sight. See, I got that part right. I don't know everything, but I know a little bit about a little bit. So a crank transistor radio. Hey, definitely want to have an AM, FM radio, battery operated, I would say, Livingston, man. Or at least rechargeable, right? I mean, if you could get one of those little emergency radios.
That's where it gets personal. If you have a fucking generator or a battery pack or whatever, like you got to make a kit work for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just make it redundant.
Yeah.
Again, like a crank radio, plan for a day when like your jackery don't work or something. You know?
So now the little Baofeng radios actually have an FM radio built into them, which is kind of cool. It does not have an AM radio built into it. But you can monitor a lot on those if you just set them to scan and kind of let them go.
It's not that the beer is warm, it's that it's kind of humid here. It's condensating is all. Irish tea.
Klingon Princess, how are you?
It's actually like...
Thank you so much for stopping by. Red 5 Golf. So many things can be turned into a one-way radio. It's good to know. Good to know. And the more skills you have, the better, right? I mean, things are really not looking good, Livingston, man. They're really not. I mean, like Marine's daughter said, you've got the 2 pipelines that got busted up in recent days. And I believe it was the Finnish government who said that it was obviously an act of sabotage, that the holes in them were gaping. It wasn't like a cracked pipe or something like that. So... yeah, man, things are not looking good. That's one of the many things that we want to talk about with you guys tonight. And how tensions are, man, they're really ramping up. They're really, really ramping up. And, Russia keeps waving that nuclear sword around like crazy. Every time anybody says anything, they're like, whoosh. So on top of that, all of these Russian-held regions in Ukraine had their referendum vote recently, right? So the results are in. The results are in of all that. And they all voted, surprisingly, to join Russia. So now any attacks on that particular territory would be considered an attack on Russia itself, wouldn't it, Livingston, man?
That's the rationale Russia's going to clearly try and use here.
Okay.
They're playing chess, where in the United States, everybody else is playing checkers. They're in it for a long haul. They apparently don't have a problem with paying it in blood and money and everything else for what they intend to accomplish here. Now, at this point, I can't really speculate on even why. But I can, though. When you say that, that's a mouthful. There's Zaporozhye. Now, if it's the same, if we're talking about the same as that word as the big nuclear power plant. Now,
but of course.
So now Russia is the energy leader of Europe, and what Europe has to decide is continue to prosecute what it calls an illegal military operation,
right?
And provide weapons and resistance against it, or freeze to death with the coming winter, because now they got the electricity and they have the natural gas.
Well, the gas lines they don't work anymore.
They can just shut them off if they really want to be like.
Well, they're certainly shut off now, Livingston, man. They got big giant holes in them, so nobody's getting gas through those things anytime soon. They said the foreseeable future, they have no idea how long the repairs will take. And
so whatever actually happened that made something blow a hole in the pipeline, it's either Ukrainian saboteurs did it, or Russian false flag operation to say that Ukrainian saboteurs did it.
Okay. All right.
But whatever actually happened, that's probably one of those two things. But Russia's going to ratchet up these. They had a school shooting. And once you know it, the guy was like decked out in fucking like Nazi propaganda.
Go figure.
And the first thing I thought, unfortunately, it was... not unfortunately, like the first thing I thought was, God bless the victims of this, because whenever this happens, it's terrible. For whatever purpose and for whatever agenda or none that this happens, it's terrible. But then the second thing I thought was this, that they're just going to simply spin this that he's some fucking Ukrainian sympathizer who went again, and to harden public opinion and to validate their claims of denazifying Ukraine.
Yep, there it is. Jankman, what's happening? Welcome. Great Lakes Reliance, thank you so much listening in at work. We appreciate you. Is it possible Brandon to get his war? Maybe. I feel like we're sliding down the slippery slope now. Like the pendulum has shifted so much that everything's starting to fall off the side of the scale at this point. And it makes me nervous-ish I guess anxious. I'm not really nervous. I'm more anxious to see what's going to happen in the coming days because the landscape is changing, guys. And
we can look to history for precedents in this too. And if you're the type of person in here, and I suspect some of you are, maybe you don't trust that fella Brandon too much. Historically, Americans do not vote out a wartime president.
Mm. Very, very true, Livingston, man. That was my thought on it too. Was that if
we can't switch gears now, we can't change tracks now. We're in the middle of this thing, and historically, Americans do not. We elected FDR 3 times, unprecedented, because it just seemed wrong to switch out the job with the war going on, and
exactly.
So there's so many things to think about here, but the most pressing and practical thing to think about is that Russia is now considering, well, in fact, has annexed large pieces of
like
Ukraine.
A quarter of Ukraine,
and through a stroke of a pen,
a
stroke of a pen, this is now Russia. And now, like Mike said, is that any attack on this brings to bear what Russia has been warning the whole time, that any attack on Russia,
they're waving that nuclear sword around, right? And now you're playing with fire because all this is Russia, bro. It's all Russia now because they all voted. This is all Russian now. So don't be shooting at Russians.
And they're going to test NATO and the United States resolve in the face of that. And how NATO
responds
will matter, because otherwise, they can lose on the battlefield and win in the courtroom is what they intend to do here.
Karen Timur, you are absolutely, I hope I didn't butcher your last name. You are absolutely correct. I watched that video today of Biden saying that he could turn those pipelines off if he needed to. It's not a good thing, man. And if this is his way of shutting them off, he really freaking turned them off. Charlie Alpha Tango, what's happening? How are you? Farmer Son Prepping in the house. The best thing about wintertime in the end of the world is you can just burn whatever you want. See, there's a plus side.
You start figuring out what really matters at that point.
That's it. All the furniture. Autumnal Amber? Is that right? Good evening.
Autumnal.
Good evening. Good evening. Trev
Good
Terror,
evening,
how are
everyone.
you? Columbia County in the house as well. What up? Yeah, guys. Hunterin, you may very well be correct. Greenleaf, what's happening, my friend? How are you?
There's a lot going on in that part of the world. This is one of these things that America swore to try to not get involved in again. And every time we do, we can lean on history again with this European shit.
Yeah.
You can't stay out of it. We can, because there's no way in America, we don't stay neutral on anything. I'm like, y'all fighting? Shit.
Yeah, we're about that life, right?
What you need? Who's a good guy?
Scuba Steve says, prepare for retaliation. So that's my thoughts, guys. I'm with Scuba Steve on this one, is that I believe that Ukraine and nobody is going to admit that is Russian territory aside from Russia, okay? Nobody else is going to buy into that. Nobody's going to. The UN's going, no. So
I can't speak for the people on the ground. I don't know.
No,
that
but
they didn't vote for that. I don't know that.
So
I can't say
supposedly
the media said the Western media big mad. Sure, hashtag that. But I don't know that. And this is one of the things that can be done. This is called whipping up a frenzy. Again, propaganda runs rampant, ladies and gentlemen. Just because you agree with it doesn't make it any less of propaganda.
Well, that's very true.
We're being told what happened. We don't know. I mean, I hate to. I'm not going to get us banned. I was about to say some shit.
You see what happens? They just did. And we got so many of you guys here with us tonight that if we talk too much, you won't even get a notification next week. Believe that.
But the situation in Eastern Europe deserves our attention, not because it affects you directly at home, but it does have potential to.
Oh, absolutely.
And especially if you consider that it might have already, and it's not getting better, and everybody's doubling down and not backing out of this thing. So this is going on for a year or two at least.
Jay Creature, you're right. Nobody was upset the last time Russia did this.
It was shocking the last time they did it. Nobody saw it coming.
Yeah, this time there was a big buildup and a lot of publicity around it.
Because the first one was a test. They're like, well, so let's see what they do.
Yeah.
Now, Putin calls everybody Nazis and shit, but he pulls a lot of playbooks right out of their book.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Germany.
Like, well, you keep testing
that one.
When Germany remilitarized the Rhineland, there was a strip between them and France where you weren't allowed to station troops and whatever in the hope that Germany would never launch an invasion again.
Right.
Germany was like, what, fuck that. I'm going to just put troops back in there and see what they do. And Hitler even said, he's like, it was the most like nerve-wracking experience of my life. I thought the French and everybody was going to go to war over it. He's like, they thought they were risking it all. Okay. But instead, France, England, and everybody who was supposed to enforce this didn't do it. They were like, whatever, man. You know, he's going into his own backyard, Neville Chamberlain said. There are so many precedents for what Putin is doing. We've seen it literally all before. And the actions that were taken the last time led to World War II. Putin, yeah. So if history is teaching us anything, this could indeed, they're not wrong.
Again, it's all starting
with
to
the
fall
World War
off
III.
The side of the scale onto the floor. And
the problem is Europe has no stomach for it.
It's going to be a big mess. Well,
they're going to be held
They
ransom.
certainly don't
they
have
can freeze to death.
Yeah, they don't have the fuel for it. That's for sure. They're having trouble getting firewood over there, guys. I mean, there's only so many trees in Europe. You know, you can't cut them all down. Let's see. It was Jankman wants to know, what's the plan for cigarettes when shit hits the fan?
We get this question a lot.
I see that causing a lot of
cheat,
stress.
Steal, and kill.
For cigarettes.
I want to kill.
No. So I prep those big bags of tobacco.
From the smoke house,
bro. And I throw them in the vacuum seal bag, and I vacuum seal them, and I throw them in the bottom of the freezer, and I fucking forget about them.
I mean, you can make a pipe out of a soda can.
Yeah. Back to the high school days. But yeah, I do prep a little bit of tobacco, and when that's gone, man, I am just going to be an asshole for a little while, and it should hit the fan, and everybody's going to be an asshole, so my assholeness is just going to blend in with everybody else's. That's my theory. Greenleaf, the 1 pound bags. Yeah, I bought the big ones. I don't know how many pounds they are, but they're big ones. Big like pillows, and vacuum seal those suckers. And
now some people freeze them.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I don't subscribe to that. I'm going to tell you why. Because there is a fair amount of moisture, and especially the bigger the bag, there's some moisture in there.
Sure.
So when you freeze it, it crystallizes.
Okay.
And then when you thaw it again,
I'm adding
turns
more
to fucking
moisture.
dust. No, it crystallizes, shreds it, turns it to dust when you try to reload.
Forrest says, where's the link? The link for what? What are you looking for? The Prepper Yard Sale, my friend? That is in the description section. You're going to want to follow the Facebook link, and that will take you to the group. We don't have a link for tobacco, at least not yet.
We're not funded by Big Tobacco, although we smoke enough. RJ, is it RJ, my buddy?
RJ Reynolds. Yeah.
This live stream is not
RJ
for kids.
Reynolds.
You'll be 21 to smoke these shits. And
Forrest says the tobacco. I wish. Marine's daughter says I'm already an asshole. Correct. So then we'll just let the whole entire asshole out of the bag at once.
Yep.
Yeah. And shit hit the fan. I got a reason to be an asshole now. So.
Black Star, welcome to the show. Good morning.
Top of the morning to you, Black Star boys from the land down under.
He's from the future.
Yeah, he's from the future. It's tomorrow there. See, and we're still running on today time. So
it means if he's still here, we're still here. Putin didn't shoot yet.
Jay Creature says we'll have to switch to marijuana when shit hits the fan. It's local and it's a weed. See?
I'll also be robbing, stealing, and killing for that. People are like, dude, you want to just smoke? I'll be like, no, I must kill.
Let's see. Greenleaf says Zen tubes and gambler tobacco. Oh, hey. Yeah, the Black Star Boy says he'd be cutting off heads if he couldn't smoke. See? That's the thing, man. Prep tobacco. That way when they come for your head, you can be like, yo, bro.
Well, talk about currency. You can come at me with a nugget of gold, and I don't really know what the fuck I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, but you throw a pack of Camels at this guy, and he is your new best buddy. Bro. That's right. That's right. I'll go on that supply run with you. No problem.
There's going to be cigarettes?
Yeah,
right, we're going.
I'm with it.
Load up, fellas.
Cigarettes won't be hard to come by. Now, I agree with that, and I think the closer that you live to where they're manufactured, the longer they will last. And as the distribution hub goes out, obviously the furthest reaches are going to run out first and then trickle all the way back to the supply house.
Yeah.
Which
I
I'm
mean,
sure
you can grow
you all
tobacco
motherfuckers
here.
that be living by the supply house and smoke are going to be hanging out down there at the Marlboro factory, getting your smoke on, selling cigarettes out the back door.
First motherfuckers dead of lung cancer, and that's when I come in.
Jay Creature says, cases of whiskey do not go bad. Amen.
What Billy said, fucking, all right, because cigarettes, not only are they a vice if you're that kind of person, but even if you're not, they're currency. Because I'll give you a can of Spam for a pack of cigarettes and not even question it. So think about it.
Red 5 Golf says, most smokers will die first. Hey, that's not too far off, man. I think when shit hit the fan, there's going to be a lot of folks who go from stress and overworking themselves. There's going to be a lot of heart attacks. There's going to be a lot of strokes. There's going to be a lot of medical emergencies where people would normally survive that they're not going to. So yeah, I think you're right.
No,
and,
pumpkin spice Spam. Now I actually saw that.
They make pumpkin spice Spam.
I sure as fuck hope that it was fake. Because I mean,
I'm not about that.
I'll start the fucking apocalypse myself if that's the case.
Red 5 says you can chew fresh tobacco. That's good to know. That's right. Stack the vices, says Farmer Son Prepping. Amen. They're cheap in New Hampshire.
Billy, I'm not going to be like, shit, we're out here on a firefight fucking with the Viet Cong. Let me light up a smoke, bro. Let's do this shit. Hold on, you guys. Wait. Open fire. Hold on. Guess who got a light?
Yep, Billy, you're right. It will give away your position. You do smell. Yeah. I'd quit a couple of times. And the one thing I noticed when I quit was that, man, I could smell cigarettes on somebody from a mile away. And as a smoker, smoking all the time, you really don't smell that. Because you get nose blind to it. And then when you quit for a while, I would love to see the video of him throwing your case of pumpkin spice Spam in the dumpster. It'd be...
Me and him will come together to defeat that evil. I ain't fucking with that either, dude. If that shit's real, get the fuck out of here. That was a mistake. Please don't do this.
So Jankman says, I don't think one can of Spam is equal to a pack of Camels.
You smoke?
Not when they're going for $100 a carton now.
Do you smoke and are you hungry? Because that's the question you got to deal with yourself.
Jankman, here in upstate New Yorkistan, cigarettes, individual packs. This guy right here is about $13.
Yeah, I'd say a carton of Camels. I'm gonna hit 100.
Now the closer you get to New York Shitty, you know that place.
Oh, they're getting $20 a pack, man.
Yeah, you're running about $20 for a pack of smokes in New York Shitty. So if you live in a place that has cheap smokes and you have friends in New York Shitty and they smoke, they would absolutely love for you to bring them some discount cigarettes.
I mean,
believe that.
What if I told you there is a vaccine?
Noodlehead, yeah, they get super pricey in the city. Back in the day,
it's highway robbery for one. They got you trapped there. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
and it's also they lump a city tax on top of it.
Oh yeah,
there's this little thing on the bottom.
Tax.
I don't know if you guys can see it. See that little square, the little blue square over the E. That's a New York State tax stamp.
Yeah,
it's all about the tax. It's illegal to sell cigarettes in New York that don't have that. And it's even illegal to bring like more than a certain amount of them from a place that...
Correct.
So you can go to South Carolina and get you cheap cigarettes, but if they don't have that stamp, they could in fact like bust you for trafficking.
Wow. Norma says... Norma Dury says she's unfollowing because you guys are so dishonest. Well,
I would really like to know more.
Yeah. Please enlighten me on my dishonesty. I'm calling one of those 80,000 tax men.
Somebody call the tax man. Like, we got some cigarettes over here.
Yeah.
Just for Norma, I'm the Livingston man. That was Mike and.
Yeah. There you go.
They can't be serious. It's probably a troll account.
Hey, enjoy yourself, Norma. Enjoy yourself. Thanks for the views.
There is so many better things you could be doing at 8:06 on a Tuesday than listening to us talk shit.
Loyal says, I like cigars, so gangster. I got a few good cigar buddies. My good buddy Mike, he loves cigars. He loves cigars. And every time I see him, he's like, you gotta try this one. You gotta try that one.
It's like crackheads and heroin addicts. They fucking hate each other. They're both terrible. Like fucking cigar people be like, fuck all y'all cigarette people. And cigarette people are like, them things stink. And like, we're more alike than you think.
Vincent Boogaloo's gotten back into cigars this year.
Cigars
GSP in the house. What's happening, Granite State Prepper? How are you?
Cigars are just nasty, bro. You're just puffing on this fucking thing for like 45 minutes. Like,
They're right. They're right. Some cigars are better than others. I'll give it that. There's definitely a flavor. I'm going to be honest, the drinking and smoking, I'm a drinker and a smoker. No shit, I can't take you serious. Okay. So, what's dishonest about that?
I'm trying. But cool. Thank you for the correct.
I think we got slightly bigger problems to worry about than.
It's a fucking ultralight, for Christ's sake. See if I was sitting here shit
It's a
faced.
Red Bull.
Got a fucking handle to kill. Mike, the fucking survival. You got it.
See, Sherry hates smoking.
Good.
See, it bothers some people, doesn't bother others. Tracy Mickle, thank you so much. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah.
I'm just drinking smoke more.
Sorry, Norma. You know, I didn't
It's
roll
not
up
for
a big old hooter. You know, we're not cranking on a Marley here. So it is legal. We could totally fight. We could totally go Joe Rogan on this motherfucker, right? I mean, come on.
You can. I'm not bothering nobody. I don't know how you
Swerving K9, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man.
I'm happy that we're getting unsubscribed in real time.
Hey, you know what? I got to be honest with you guys. You
ain't telling the truth.
The subscribers. So yeah, I mean, you know, because I'm so dishonest, I'm going to tell you guys that we're actually losing quite a bit of subscribers. The subscribership has been on the downturn, but every time we go live, we have more and more and more viewers. Every time we put out a video, we get more and more and more views, but the subscribership is on the downturn, which I think is funny. I think it's, you know, YouTube doing their thing that they do, which brings up the point. Operation Pocketbook.
Operation Pocketbook.
It's going down October 31st. Total social media boycott, guys.
All you got to do?
I need your help. There's nothing. Actually, you know what I want you to do? I want you to go to Facebook. I want you to go to Instagram. I want you to go to all these accounts that you have on social media networks, including YouTube, and go down to where you're logged in and log out.
And you won't get the notifications.
You won't get nothing.
You'll
get nothing. And they will get nothing. Because unless you're logged in, they can't, you know, run ads past you. So when they don't run those ads past you, they don't get revenue. So the more of us that say, screw it on Halloween, and we all go have a good time, go hang out, we go do something, hang with your family, go trick or treat, and go throw eggs at your buddy down the road. Go toilet paper his house. Toilet paper's plentiful again, right? I mean, come on. But do something other than social media for just one day, 24 hours. We're doing this in the name of free speech because these platforms love to silence people. They love to, you know, take your subscribers away. We'll just keep knocking down.
They hit us in our proverbial wallet. I'm like, dude, I have like $13. Like, go fuck yourself. How dare you?
Yeah, you're really killing me.
I'm gonna make you poor. I'm like, I got a news for you, bub. I already am, and that's fun. But this is the idea: is to just take some of their revenue away, and us ourselves. We're going to lose some revenue, sure, but it's the idea that like the YouTube is all of us, not only the people that are creators,
Amen.
But the people who are like our fans and the people I'm talking to right now.
Absolutely, everybody here in the chat.
Without both of us, they realize that all they actually are is a middleman.
Yeah, collecting money from here and giving you a couple pennies. Because it's literally a couple pennies. The
idea is we're going to try to take a little bit of power back. I'm not like coming out here and being like, I should be allowed to say the N-word. And you know what I mean? It's some of the things that they flag as offensive or inappropriate are ridiculous.
And then you see them digging in the crates, right? They'd be looking through your Facebook. They'd be like, oh, check this out. A year and a half ago, he shared this. They're like, yo.
Yeah.
Ban them on it.
We're gonna.
Yeah, 90 days in the Facebook hole for you.
Because
For sharing that shit a year and a half ago.
From Facebook. You shared it from Facebook and then they banned you, but not the person not the person that posted it.
That's right. That's right. Where do they think I found this shit? On Facebook?
Yeah, but it's different.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I found it on Instagram and then I shared it and then, you know, off with your head.
I don't know what you're supposed to do. I mean, what they want you to do is toe this like super normie line where you're just like, look, here's pictures of my cats and some food, everybody. I'm gonna do a makeup. Tutorial.
Yeah.
Makeup tutorial, and that's all they want. And like, I don't want to see that shit.
Oh, GSP says, joke's on you. Been locked out of my Facebook for 4 years now. See? But YouTube, man, we're gonna have to down with the YouTube on Halloween, man. Down with all of it.
Now YouTube
Operation Pocketbook. Let's do it, guys.
YouTube's parent company is Google.
And Google's parent company is?
Google.
Alphabet.
Whatever that is.
Alphabet. Alphabet is the sum of all of them.
All of the whole government?
Oh,
That kind of makes sense to me, actually. But see, Google's like the hidden evil. Like, it is everywhere. I mean, Google became like a verb. It means to do like search for the thing. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah,
you know,
it really did.
It's this all-encompassing thing, and nobody noticed that Google is like literally everything except Facebook.
Hunter says, "You're really not going to toilet paper my house, are you?" No, not your house, but
you guys still
your neighbor better watch out.
Even still here?
Yeah, no, I think I think Norma left. I think Norma's gone.
Good thing.
Yeah.
Did we lose any subscribers?
Probably.
She took all her people with her. There's like 6 of us left. How you guys doing? Normal was the linchpin. That sucks.
I learned from watching you, Dad. Amen, Jay Creature.
It was the drinking and smoking that she couldn't handle. I'm like, that was what she couldn't handle? Shit.
Yeah, we're doing all right, huh?
I should go back and watch some of our other ones.
Tracy Mickle says toilet paper is too expensive now. My wife would whoop me if I tossed all the toilet paper at my neighbor's house. But yeah, guys, things are not looking good. Things are not looking good, and gather your people, man. Gather your people. Have a meeting, have a get together, have a barbecue. Gather your locals. If you think somebody's cool and they might be all right, it's time to say, hey, let's figure this out. Gather your people, man. It is definitely time to gather your people. Things are not looking good. Tensions are ratcheting up every day. Every day. And yeah, man, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Brad says, no eggs this mischief night. Nope. Save them. Put them in a water bath or whatever it is you do with your eggs. Store them on the counter. But gather your tribe, guys. It's important.
I think you'll find that the mindset actually goes like around political affiliations and even beliefs and shit. Because at the end of the day, unless there's something seriously fucking wrong with you, you want to survive.
Exactly.
And you'd be surprised who you will bond and get along with in a crisis situation. Shit like Republicans and Democrats and shit.
None of it's going to matter, guys.
It will have sorted itself out before it gets to that point, I think.
You know, it seems that the neighborhood I'm in is an eclectic mix of
because America is
all walks of life. And I've got some great people in my neighborhood. And obviously, goal 1 is to organize first your household and then 2, your immediate surroundings, your neighbors. You need to get your neighbors on board. If you don't know your neighbors, you need to.
Because that's close as home as it gets.
You need to.
It's as close to home as it gets right there.
Yes, they will either be an immediate asset, an immediate threat, or an immediate burden.
Like an unknown.
And you need to kind of prepare for all contingencies, right, guys? So it's a big thing. It's a big thing. The more you know your neighbors, and that's why suppose I'm your neighbor, right? And I know you, but I don't know the guy next to you, but you know him. So in a roundabout way, you can kind of introduce, and hey, we are the collective neighbors,
Right,
and we should
mutuals
work.
and stuff.
We should
Networking.
work together, for a common good for as long as you can until you can't. Right? I mean,
What we've done here is made like a handshake pact. It's like, yo, like you fucking some bullshit happens, bro. Like,
yeah, holler. I'm right here.
We running this shit from the corner to the fucking end of the fucking property over here. Like starting off small, but like, yeah, me and the neighbor made a thing. Like, yeah, ain't nobody coming up in here.
Armageddon Prepper. I agree. Neighbors are known unknowns. That's correct. Unless, of course, unless you got those kind of neighbors, then you're like, hey, I know this guy's solid. I know that lady's solid. I know this family has, been putting stuff away. That's a big thing. That's a big thing. And I hate to say it, but if things got really bad, then you pool your resources, guys.
At least again,
pool your resources.
As humans, we will, in general, seek like a community.
Yeah.
So, and that's the closest one you got. Like, now maybe you're in like from a city or like a densely populated place where seeking out your neighbors might seem weird to you. But again, in a crisis or an emergency and you happen to be at home, they're going to be the first people you encounter and are possibly stuck with and are possibly experiencing a crisis, catastrophe, emergency with.
Yeah.
But you don't even know that guy's name, dude.
It's true. It's true. Get to know him. Sherry Chapman, I'm glad that your nasty neighbor is out of your hair soon, and hopefully you can replace with better neighbors.
Dan Rose, I guess, look on the bright side that druggies and meth addicts are incredibly resourceful and fearless people who will indeed get what you need.
Hey, man.
By hook or by crook.
If people have problems, it's best to not have problems with those people. And just try and be cool with them. And I know some folks are beyond being cool with, but hopefully you can find some common ground. It's like, hey man, what do you need? Do you need anything? I'm headed to the store. Can I grab you a soda or something? Whatever it is, but just try and weasel your way into good terms with everybody. Even if they're just for the time being, He doesn't have to be your best friend every day, but maybe he needs to be your best friend today. So,
when the shit hits the fan, I'm coming to your house. No, I am the shit, and my house is the fan.
Yeah,
don't come here.
You get a lot of that, and it's gonna happen, guys. It's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna show up to your place because they know you're prepared. When things start to get really bad, they're gonna be like, "Hey, I remember this dude. He's got his stuff together. I need to go talk to him. He'll have what I need." And again, like I said before, there comes a time when the kindness train runs out. And you have to flip that switch and go into SHTF mode. And then you're not so friendly anymore. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's going to happen to everybody. So if you can, like Livingston man said, set that box up, man. If you have that tote and you got that stuff, you can pass that off to somebody who you care about, but you haven't prepared for. So I guess that box would be the way of kind of preparing for them. And the second person that shows up, well, you shit out of luck. Sorry, man.
Go live at that guy's house. I just gave him a box of food.
Yeah, follow him.
But even if I'm thinking the original idea behind the Livingston Man box was just if you're new to prepping, it can seem overwhelming at first. Oh my God, I need all this stuff. I need a jet boil. I need a grail. I need a bug out bag. I need all this shit. No,
Basics.
Start simple.
Basics.
Keep your fucking self alive in your house because that's more realistic, man.
Yep.
It's entirely more probable that a heavy snowstorm will fuck shit up before some Russian EMP destroys the fucking power grid. But the effect is just the same and puts you in danger regardless.
Yep. Coffee First Then Speak says the first time I heard I'm coming to your house was the last time I talked to people about being prepared. See, it makes people nervous, man. It makes people nervous. And Jay Creature's got it right. Do not be a soft target. Know your inner and outer perimeters, right? I mean, and start thinking about your neighborhood from a tactical perspective. Is it defendable? You know, if it ever came down to it, I mean, look at the folks in Ukraine right now. They literally looking outside at a battlefield in their neighborhoods. So it's something to think about. The Stay Livingston man box. I like it, Armageddon Preparedness.
I saw that. I was like, that rings
Vision
out.
Preparedness. Network, people. Get home straight first. Amen, my brother. Amen. Catch you later, Granite State Prepper. Have a great night. Thanks so much for stopping by. Wow, Karen. That's serious. That's serious. Rod, set your hearts on Jesus, the rapture of the church. The final 7-year tribulation are imminent. Could very well be. If you got a higher power, you better start talking to him.
Let's we got 8 minutes left here.
Sure.
Let's turn it to the chat. How are you guys doing? Gather your people.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. How are you making out on your
title of this live stream? Gather your people. Now, like, I mean, you can take that like a fellow was in here, a person, excuse me, was talking about like, you know, religion.
Yeah.
You can do that and gather your people, gather the flock, I suppose you would say. I'll come to your house and cuddle. It's fine. Gonna need to stay warm. But there's that too. Like, you can find people with very in the prepping movement. We always talk about like-minded individuals.
Absolutely.
We say all the time. LMI, like-minded individuals. Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah.
LMIs, right? So, but in the if you're a religious person, a pious person, those are also your like-minded individuals.
Absolutely.
And I would speculate that folks that have a strong like church community, you have a built-in like network right there. It already kind of operates in that way.
Absolutely. Yeah, work within the networks that.
When's the last time half of y'all was to church?
Well, work within the networks that you already have.
Right. You'd be surprised to plant a seed.
Your friends at work. Maybe the guy down at the gas station. You know, maybe it's your church group. Right? Maybe it's the guys on your softball team. Maybe
bowling league, whatever you're doing. But like, these are going to be like one. Start with people you know, people who are close to you, even your work colleagues. You never know.
Yeah,
like,
that's it, man.
But
gather everybody you can.
Plant those seeds and start to like, you know, use like reverse psychology. I don't mean to say like interrogate somebody, but ask questions that they don't realize that you're asking that question. Like you're trying to you're asking a question, but you're hoping to get an answer to a different one.
So you don't necessarily have to be.
Put out some feelers, plant some
direct.
seeds is what I mean. I beat around the bush a lot if y'all didn't notice.
Yeah, see, Armageddon Prepper says, start the conversation about gardening and canning, plant the seed for further conversation. Amen.
You might be surprised how quickly it comes out of somebody. I just think the ancient aliens are to blame for everything.
I've brought up preparedness to a few of my friends, and initially it was like, no, and now I realize they're like, hey man, did you see that they got some freeze-dried food on sale this week? I'm like, oh. You checking out the freeze-dried food sales, man? He's like, yeah, bro, I've been buying, a little bit here, a little bit there, trying to put stuff away. I'm like, oh, that's great, man. How are you making out? Where are you storing? How you doing? And, the conversation goes from there. But you plant those seeds and just look at the world, guys. I mean, the seeds are getting watered every day. Every day, every time you turn on the news, every time you turn on the news, it's something else. So it's definitely time to gather your people, folks. Do it.
Whoever they are, the more of you that there are, the better it's going to work out.
Absolutely.
Everybody's a fucking lone wolf and all that, and that's really cool and everything. But what the rest of us that banded together see is like a raider or indeed just a
refugee.
Yeah.
Yeah, refugees. Woodnot has an underground supply network for like-mindeds to continue their journey on the way through. That's fantastic, my friend. I'd always wanted to do something like that, like a prepper railroad or just an underground network of sorts. But That's a lot of work, and I commend you for doing that. That's a fantastic thing, my friend. Black Star Boy says our neighborhood is going to be a problem if SHTF. Lots of weak handshakes. Ugh, the clammy handshakes. That's the worst, bro. That's the worst.
There's so many things that come with that. It shows a lack of confidence and/or like personal connection. Like if somebody gives me a limp handshake, I'm going one of two ways. Either they're like, they think I'm gross or something, and they're like, ew. Like, or they're like, they're not like, hey, but like they're definitely not happy to see me.
Yeah.
If nothing else,
They say nice to meet you. You say, don't lie to me.
Nice to meet you. I can change that.
The snowflake shake. That's right, Ghost. The snowflake shake. It's ugh. God.
That being said, I can't stand when motherfuckers want to come up and be like, "Are you like crush my hand?" Like,
well,
I need that.
A firm handshake, not a bone crusher.
Yeah, you get these guys. And again, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but fucking let go.
I'm gonna break your whole.
Let go of me, you animal. Like,
Brett Guyver, how are you? Plug a hole in your car tire. Shh. See, at least you have the skills to be able to do that, my friend.
Suck a trailer.
Most folks would be completely and totally assed out. Michelle the Great, what's happening? What'd I do? She says, bro, what the fuck? It's fucked, isn't it, sister? It's fucked. Everything's fucked. We're in big trouble. We're in big, big trouble.
We don't do limp handshakes here. In fact, we bring it in.
That's right.
Real bros hug.
That's right. Hug it out. I'm a hugger.
I mean, I will fight a grown man in the men's restroom on the thruway.
It's the happenings for what the fuck. It sure is happening. It sure is happening. Again, if you guys are just joining us.
This is our 2-minute warning, so you're horribly late.
Yeah. Reasons to gather your tribe. Vision Preparedness. We will not be doing a We All Gonna Die Wednesday tomorrow. It's my wife's birthday, and I'm going to spend the day with her tomorrow. We're going to go on some adventures, and I will not be live streaming tomorrow. So, unfortunately, We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Going to have to wait till next Wednesday. So,
we can push it forward now by Black Star's math.
This is We All Gonna Die Wednesday right. Black Star Boys.
So, and if we were we were all going to die Thursday, like to him it would have already happened, but to us it's Wednesday again. So, I mean, just wrap your head around it and make it make sense to you. I don't know how to do that for you, but
this is the 2-for-1 this week. This is 2-for-1. This is a good one.
It's been great having you all, and it always is.
Yeah, thank y'all so much for being here.
From whatever everybody I'm certain there's a lot of Americans here, but if you're from a place that's not America, sound off in the comments loud, all caps. Let me know where you are.
I saw earlier that Scotland was in the house. I heard rumor that
he
Scotland
claimed that, but it was like Spicy McHaggis or some shit. I'm like, really? Okay. I feel like a real Scotsman.
Black Star Boy says, "I'll let you know tomorrow or yesterday." Incredible.
That poor fella. He's like, he doesn't know what time frame he lives in. Is he first or is he second?
He's today and tomorrow.
Well, see, what he gets to do is like we talk to him from today, and he gets to take what we knew today and apply it to tomorrow. But it's a paradox because we get to take what he knows from tomorrow and apply it to today. The world is going to stand still forever because of our relationship with this gentleman.
Just a guest from Peterborough, Canada. Thank you so much. William Alexander, appreciate it. Yeah, smash that like button for me, guys.
Canada, isn't that like North America?
Jankman1 is from Dirty Jersey. Hopefully you're in the clean section of Jersey.
That's definitely not America either.
Ulster is an alternative universe.
Is there anybody here from Ohio so I can ban you now and get it over with?
I won't let him hit the ban button. The people have been gathered. Thanks for the evening. No problem, Woodnots. Thank you so much. Ghost says Ohio.
He's out of
here. Kentucky Noodlehead. Thank you so much for stopping by. Tracy's from Ohio.
Goodbye, everyone. From
Northeast
Ohio.
Indians, New Mexico. Black Star Boy, awesome, man, awesome. I'm gonna have to check out the channel.
Everybody, go subscribe to the Black Star.
Vision Preparedness, Ohio. Greenleaf's in Mass.
They just want to test me.
Wisconsin,
Nevada.
Nevada.
I'll shoot, motherfuckers. What do you want? Where's them Ohio people? Good night.
Las Vegas, 98 degrees in Vegas. Ooh.
I'm sorry, but I have to make an example of one of you.
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, there you go. Now, Ghost, what'd you do?
I made him a moderator.
There you go. See, that's what happened. You volunteered.
Now
You
post
volunteered. Actually, you know what? You know what I do?
Slave the Ohio people. That's even better.
do need to do is go right here.
Go back and undo that.
And do that right there. Oh, no. That is not what I was trying to do. Not at all. Not at all. Boom. There we go.
So you thought I was the hard
There
ass.
we go. Jeez Louise. Wow.
Why'd you do that?
Livingston, man.
I didn't do it.
Ohio. There are 2 other Black Star boys. I'm the older one, so I posted one of their videos. Gotcha. Vision, you got yourself a blue wrench, my friend. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. Vision,
you
Preparedness
deleted
is
their
here
messages
all
though,
the
like,
time.
when you censored the
Yeah,
fuck
I
out of
did.
that
I
guy.
didn't mean to. I hit the wrong button. I fixed it. I fixed it. I think this is what happens when he lets me touch buttons.
I didn't let him touch the button. You see, he was like, I'm not going to let him touch the button. And I let him touch the button, and look what happened. Should have let me touch the button.
Good times.
You guys, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you being here. Get your preps up, guys. Get your tribe together. Gather your people. Now is the time. Time is short, unfortunately. So
Do some math. Schedule yourself. What do you eat in 2 weeks?
that's right.
Put it together. Keep
right.
it. Don't touch it. Start there. If you're not a prepper, if you're just coming into this, you ain't got mad shit. You don't need mad shit. You need what you need.
That's right. You need the basics, guys.
Keep it simple, stupid. The KISS theory, they call it. Keep it simple, stupid.
That's right.
And I did that because there's only 3 words in keep it simple, stupid.
Nice and easy. But thank y'all so much for being here. We appreciate you. Smash the like button on your way out, guys. And for myself and the Livingston man, we will catch y'all on the next one. This is Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival, and we out of here.
Peace.